What's going on, everybody? So today we're going to talk about the Monday night game. If you guys didn't see my recap for all the other games that are listed above, just check back to the most recent NFL recap. But I'm going to start splitting it up so that we can start doing predictions for the upcoming week and also going over the Monday night game. So if you guys are new to the channel, I'm Gmia with GmiasWorld. You feel free to follow me on Twitter at GmiasWorld and like me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram, all that other stuff. I got to get the promotional stuff out the way before we get started. So here we go. Chiefs at the Packers. Okay. This is the problem right now that I've been having for some time now. We know the whole Alex Smith thing. You know, he left 49ers, you know, Kaepernick, all that stuff. Kaepernick is now a bum, all that stuff like that. Alex Smith has a problem with throwing the ball downfield. He's pretty much a game manager that was paid as a real starting QB in the NFL, in my opinion. Look, when I say real, I mean a guy that can go out there and make plays and do things. And in my honest opinion, a lot of guys that are getting paid big money don't know what the hell they're doing anyway. But the bottom line is this, though. He was horrible. You know, I think the last time a wide receiver before last night when Macklin scored a touchdown was in 2013 with Dwayne Bowe. Like, this team, even with Andy Reid there, is a lot to be desired. I think, other than, you know, Jamaal Charles has to be the most important part of the team as when it comes to the Chiefs. I know nobody would disagree with me there. He's the face of that franchise. He's the guy, because as much as they were getting pounded, you know, jumping off sides, like, you know, we're going to get to the whole Aaron Rodgers being great thing in a second, because people they just go out of their minds when a guy goes out and plays well. The comparisons are so ridiculous. But let me just go ahead and say this. Jamaal Charles has a lot of heart. And when I say a lot of heart, a lot of guys that make good money in the NFL, once they get their contract, they seem to dwindle a little bit. They don't remain the same player. Not so much with this guy. And, you know, you knew the game, even in the first half, you knew the Packers were going to win the game just by the way it was going on. Like, everything that was happening, you just figured that they were going to win the game. So that's the way the emotion was running. And I believe before this game, the Chiefs had won the last 6 out of 7 or something like that. They said, you know, these gurus, these aficionados on why they pick certain teams, they go up with history. And sometimes history is not a basis when you just look at what we're dealing with in our time. And right now, you know, Jordy Nelson being out, other guys are stepping up, even though another receiver did get injured last night for the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers could play some football. But just getting back to the Chiefs, I don't know. Alex Smith, he threw a very errant pick, and he reminded me of Kaepernick with the pick he threw, where he just threw it right to the defender. Like, I don't know what is happening with these two guys. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me exactly what's going on, but unless Alex Smith starts taking chances and throwing the ball downfield, Macklin can fly. You know, listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. Jeremy Macklin can fly. But if you don't give him a chance to fly or give him a chance to run up the field and go get the ball, you know what I'm saying? Like, he caught a touchdown yesterday on a little, what is it, maybe a hitch to the inside slant route, whatever you want to call it. But Alex Smith is scared to throw the ball downfield, and you're not going to win like that, even with a guy like Jamaal Charles splitting him out wide. Look, remember, you're talking about Andy Reid, a guy who coached Donovan McNabb. He had Mike Vick for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He had quarterbacks with big arms. He's a passing offense. You guys remember McNabb to Westbrook? Even when it was dink and dunk screens, whatever like that, that was one of the most deadly combinations, you know, I've ever seen in my time. As far as just putting points up, getting the stuff up there, getting points on the board. Andy Reid was considered, you know, a genius at that time. You know, but McNabb still had a big arm. But at the same time, this guy Alex Smith, bro, like, I don't see, why do you sign Macklin? If a guy can't throw the ball downfield, why do you sign Macklin? It doesn't, and that's what really frustrates me. And I have to make sure that everybody understands my point of view. I'm going to get on you when it's time to get on you. And right now, Alex Smith, people need to get on him. We got to let him know, like, listen, guys, you can't, you have a deep threat. But if you can't throw to that deep threat, what the hell is the point of having a deep threat? I don't understand. Tom Brady had Randy Moss. When Tom Brady had Randy Moss, he threw for 50+ touchdowns, whatever he did. Right? Everybody tries to knock Tom Brady because he throws it short now. Who's his deep threat? The one thing that Tom Brady has shown is that he adjusts to what his personnel is. So as much as people want to hate him and all this stuff, Spygate, this gate, all kind of gates, understand this. When one of the most prevalent deep threats in NFL history came to the Patriots, Tom Brady made it fly. He works with what is available. And that is what he does. And now getting back to Alex Smith, bro, what are you doing? What are you really doing, bro? Are you serious with your gameplay right now? Like, bro, you are listen, guys, the Chiefs may be in for a rough ride and a rude awakening. If they can't establish the run and get Jamal Charles going, I have no faith at all in Alex Smith. None. I know you got Kelsey and all other stuff. Oh, yeah, bro. I have no faith in him at all. Because he can't make a play downfield. Launch it, bro. Send Macklin on a streak. Launch it. At least let him respect it. Give Jamal Charles some more space to run the ball. You can't be a noodle-arm QB getting paid good money and then wonder, oh, bro, why is there so many guys in the box? Why is Jamal Charles getting ramrocked as soon as the play starts? What do you think, bro? It's the oldest adage in NFL history. If you have something to stretch the field, you create a running game. Point blank, period. Now, Aaron Rodgers, is he a great quarterback? Yes. Do I think he's the best quarterback right now in the NFL? Yes. Should he be compared to Michael Jordan? No. Okay? All these people is, oh, bro, shut up. If you're going to compare somebody to Michael Jordan, you got to be fair when you compare somebody to Michael Jordan. At least go Tom Brady. At least go somebody that has 4 rings. At least have somebody that has consistently shown that he's the man. Has Aaron Rodgers done that? Yes, but he's lacking the wins. Guys have to understand that. Michael Jordan just won. I watched this man play. He just won. It just became, we became so comfortable with him winning that we would just watch the TV. You know, we watch the TV, me and my uncles, and we're like, okay. And I'm talking about living in Brooklyn, New York, and watching this man destroy the Knicks in ways that I just didn't understand. The highlight of every Knicks fan's career is when John Starks, I'll never forget this, when John Starks went up for that dunk and everybody thought he dunked on Jordan. If you look at the picture, it's clearly not on Jordan, but that was the highlight of my uncle's career. Like I said, I'm not a fan of any basketball team. I'm not a fan of any NFL team or any sports team. I watch the games. It's too stressful to be a fan. With my uncles, they loved them some Knicks. And during that time, you knew where Michael Jordan was going. Even when he came back and dropped a double nickel, you knew what he was going to do. But everybody knew what Michael Jordan was. That's something that you just can't so easily compare people to, other people, the people that are really, really great. In this game right now, would I take Aaron Rodgers over every other quarterback? Absolutely right now. And I would have to question it because maybe I would take Tom Brady. But I love Aaron Rodgers' demeanor. I love the way he plays the game. And I love his enthusiasm and his heart for the game. But we have to understand something right now. With everybody running around talking about he's the Michael Jordan of the NFL, be careful when you use Michael Jordan's name. The reason that I say that is because in Michael Jordan's time, there was no question that he was the greatest, probably, athlete that was playing at that time. And that's because Bo Jackson got injured. I believe if Bo Jackson didn't get injured, it may have been a question. But Michael Jordan was by far the greatest athlete of his generation, of his time, of what we're doing right now. The guy transcended the U.S. to every country knew Michael Jordan. That is true greatness. You can't the man just can't go and beat up on a disgusting Chiefs team and all of a sudden he's Michael Jordan. And that's my problem with these, these analysts and all these guys and you can't do that. It just can't happen. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. Is he great right now? Yes. But Tom Brady is still playing this game. Peyton Manning is still playing this game. You have Ben Roethlisberger is still playing the game. You still have great quarterbacks that are still also playing the game. I understand Aaron Rodgers is a monster on that field. But be fair. Be fair when you say other people's names in the same sentence. Michael Jordan's name should not be mentioned in any category but his own. And that's including Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and all of them. Are they great? Yes. But until I see someone that can actually be a movement by themselves, like this man has been retired for I don't even know how long. How the hell is he making so much damn money off his sneakers still? That's an icon. That's a legend. You have to work to get that. You have to put your time in. And I think that people of this generation don't respect you know, what it takes to become an icon. They really just don't. As soon as somebody does anything, oh, he walked forward. Oh my God, he's comparing to Michael Jordan. No, he just walked forward, bro. I don't understand, and it really annoys me because I can speak about it living in Brooklyn, New York, and watching the Knicks and knowing what Michael Jordan meant to even the Knicks fans. Spike Lee, the biggest Knicks fan ever. Just ask him. It's a disgusting comparison when you compare Michael Jordan to anyone. Point blank, period. I'm done. Leave your comments. Feel free to rant to me on Twitter. If it's something of prevalence and it makes sense and you're not just rambling at the mouth, I will respond to you. Now let's go to week 4 as we take an outlook of what's going to be going on. Okay. First of all, we got to go ahead and say thank you that the Patriots have a bye week because they were about to put up 70 on somebody, it looks like. We're going to go ahead and just scroll down right now and look at the Thursday night game, which is going to be the Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, this is what the problem is. This is why I have a problem with this game. It's a trap game. Michael Vick is old as dirt. He still turns the ball over, as we saw when he was on the ground just sitting there with a fumble next to him when he came in for Big Ben Roethlisberger. I don't know what's going to happen. Excuse me. I don't know where we're going to go with it. I don't know how it's going to turn out. All I can tell you is this. The Ravens should win this game. It's not saying that I don't have faith in Michael Vick. It's just saying that my eye test is telling me otherwise, bro. He's not the Mike Vick experience. He's not that guy from Atlanta. I'm sorry. He's not even that guy from Philly that threw all those touchdowns that game when he, you know, whatever. Against, what was that, the Eagles or something he did that to? No, he was the Eagles. He did it to the Redskins. I don't know. The Steelers' defense doesn't really scare me as much as they should. So I have no faith in that being something that's crazy. And the Ravens, they lose this game. You might as well, you know, I don't know. But there's a slight possibility that the Steelers might win this game just because of the fact that everybody is betting Ravens. And isn't it so fascinating the way that that always happens? And it just appears to be a matter of coincidence that Vegas is racking up so much. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Ravens in this game. Jets at Dolphins. I'm going to go ahead and take the Jets. I don't like Joe Philbin. I don't like his face. I think he should be fired. And the Dolphins suck. That's pretty much it. Jaguars at the Colts. I got to take the Colts. Because if I don't, Andrew Luck has by far, in fantasy football, Andrew Luck has by far been the worst quarterback that ever existed. But I have to believe that this man has some sense of pride. And that he won't lose to these Jaguars. I have to believe that somewhere in my heart, he has one shred of dignity. And he will not lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is my sole reason for this pick. Giants at the Bills. I like the Bills in this game. I'm going to take the Bills in this game. I would not be surprised if the Giants won this game. Because somehow, some way, they've been finding a way to win games against teams that we give them no chance at. And then they end up losing in the fourth. The Bills' defense is something to be reckoned with. So I'm going to go defense on this one. Because I like the Bills' defense more. I'll go Bills. Panthers at Buccaneers, the Panthers. I'm not even going to go into it. Jameis Rapist Winston, I don't know what's going on with him. He's been decent, but I don't know. And Cam Newton, I know he ratted on the ref, Ed Hockley, but if Ed Hockley really said that about him not being old enough, I know people sometimes rant and say things that they don't really mean, but you can't really say stuff like that. Just for the integrity of the game. And if anything, he should be fined by the commissioner. Isn't he always talking about integrity of the game, integrity of the game? You know, more than likely, this is something that affects the integrity of the game. I'm going to go ahead and take the Panthers in that one. Eagles at Redskins. I'm going to go ahead and take the Eagles because if they can't beat Kirk Cousins, he should just give his resignation in. Chip Kelly should just give his resignation in. If you can't beat Kirk Cousins, you're an infant. Raiders at Bears. I'm going to take the Raiders. I'm going to take the Raiders simply for the fact that the Raiders have been showing that, look, they can play. They can play some football. Derek Carr, Amari Cooper. Listen, Amari Cooper is showing that he can play this game. Look, I'm going with the eye test. I don't really like the Bears. I don't think John Fox is a good fit as a head coach. I think he should be fired while the game is actively going on. I'm going to go Raiders. Texans at Falcons. I'm going to take the Falcons. Nobody's stopping Julio Jones. I don't even know if J.J. Watt plays for the Texans anymore because he hasn't really been doing anything to my eyes. Watching the game, he hasn't been jumping off my screen. He hasn't been looking like anything that's like that wow factor. My opinion. You don't like it? GmiasWorld at Twitter. Chiefs at Bengals. I'm going to have to go Bengals. Alex Smith is still the quarterback. Browns at Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers because I don't believe that Johnny Manziel is starting this game. And I believe that Mike Patton should be fired. If you go back and listen to my recap for week 3, you could see my reasoning behind it. Definitely just go back. It should be right there in the same playlist. Go back and check out my week 3 2015. And tell me what you think about my opinion on Mike Patton. I think he should be fired actively as he's walking out to the field because he's a moron. I'm going to take the Chargers there, even though they've been very disappointing. Packers at 49ers. You know, there was a guy, I streamed Madden on Twitch, and there was a guy that called them the 69ers. I'm not going to go into why he called them the 69ers, but they are banging themselves. I'm going to have to go with the Packers. Rams at Cardinals. This is a tough one. I don't like these games. This is a trap game right here. This is a trap game. This is a real trap game because I think the Rams might beat the Cardinals for some reason. I think the Rams might end up beating the Cardinals. But I'm going to have to go with the Cardinals. I'm going to have to take the I think the Rams, I'm going to go Cardinals. Kenny Britt cost them the game last week by having that ball bobble, whatever he did. I think they can win this game, but I'm going to have to go Cardinals. Vikings at Broncos. I got to take the Broncos. I don't give a... Yo, listen, I don't care what Adrian Peterson is doing, what Adrian Beat Your Son is doing. I think somebody said that too. I think that's his name. Adrian Beat Your Son. But I got to go Broncos. I have no reason to not believe in the Broncos right now at this point with that defense. Cowboys at Saints. I'm gonna go Cowboys. I don't think Drew Brees can play, and even if Drew Brees could play, I'm not really worried about him. And then Monday night game, Lions at Seahawks. Seahawks. If you guys have any question of why I picked the Seahawks without even saying anything, look at a picture of Jim Caldwell's face. And that's the recap of Monday Night Football and all my predictions of the upcoming week. If you enjoyed it and you like this, give it a thumbs up. Let me know on Twitter how you feel about it. Until next time, one love.